Hey, good morning.
How you doing?
Homeboy.
Killer
Mike, yo.
When I grow up, I want to be like him.
Trigger warning. It's on Netflix, man. I mean, I saw the previews. Very interesting. From topical to entertaining. You doing it all here.
That is some things that we need to incorporate in our lives. I mean, I'm serious. This is deep here.
Thank you. That's the most important part. It's easy stuff to incorporate, though. It's not so monumental that you got to pay $900 to go see Tony Robbins' speech. It's as simple as buying black on Fridays.
Let's talk about that. Buying black on Fridays.
First episode, Living Block. Yeah.
So how hard was that to do?
How hard was it for a fat guy who's a stoner not to eat and smoke weed? That was hard. It was riding a bike instead of driving my Hellcat was hard. But what was really hard was realizing that 55 years removed from desegregation, our community economically has lost so much. A dollar turns in other communities 11 days and up. Latino community 11 days, Asian community 28 days, whites and Jewish community 22 and 23 days. Our dollar stays in our community 6 hours.
That's crazy.
And that means we aren't doing a good job at purposefully spending our dollars with people who look like us, and it also means that we don't have the small alternatives to corporations. So we don't have neighborhood grocery stores anymore, right? We don't have the type of businesses that are dry cleaners that we used to have because we were segregated. We were forced to spend our dollar within our community, and now we have to return to doing that. Because if the black community's dollar is strong, the black community is strong, and then the black community is strong, the greater economic community is strong in the United States because we contribute greater to it.
Yeah, you know, it reminds me so much of Black Wall Street, so reminiscent to that. When you saw it then, you would think by now we would have it all together, but we don't.
It's only 55 years, man. You got to think about it. Like, a lot of times we're a little too hard on ourselves. I remember when I first got active, in terms of being about 15 years old, turning to activism, reading Dick Gregory's autobiography, reading Malcolm X's autobiography, and saying to my granddad, why are they doing this? Why aren't we doing this as a people? And him just saying to me, we not ready. And what I didn't understand is that at the time I'm saying this to my grandfather, we're 20, 25 years out of desegregation. As a people, we're getting ready. We improve every year. As a people, there's some lessons that we have to relearn in terms of economic and turning our dollars, but we're only free 55 years, so don't be too hard on us. Let's be encouraging of one another. Let's help one another and not come down on each other.
Look, I got to ask this because this has been talked about in our community, about us and businesses and customer service. What do you say about that part, that we give the worst customer service?
I say that's a myth and that's BS. What it is we aren't forgiving of one another. McDonald's treats you bad every day. I own a barbershop, right? I own barbershops, multiple. And I tell my barbers every day, we're going to be in business and we're going to be a successful shop. What determines how quickly and how successful we are is if we give people a McDonald's experience or Chick-fil-A experience. I go to Chick-fil-A secondary because of the food, but primarily because they treat me nice, right? McDonald's is convenient. You got to have breakfast in the morning. You're just trying to get to work. And you don't really care how they treat you, right? So for us, black businesses, we've given a McDonald's tag. And that's not true. We simply get mad at people who look like us where we might get bad service. But I'm going to tell you, I get great service at black businesses every day.
So let's talk about, it's a 6-part series. Let's talk about some of the other episodes that you have on there.
Well, we have Living Black. We have one called F School that talks about making kids have manageable dreams and then deciding that maybe we should teach trades through pornography.
When Bernie Sanders was campaigning, I said, okay, here comes Killer Mike. But I just heard you say you've been an activist since you were 15 years old.
Yeah, so I was 15 years old. I got active through a group called Black Teens for Advancement and the Atlanta Force Commission on Children and Youth. Now, Black Teens for Advancement was an inter-school group in which young men sat down and would mediate school beefs. So,
how about that?
Yeah, I've been at this over 25 years of my life. So I'm not a celebrity that got a lot of money, felt guilty, and decided I needed to join whatever was hot. I've been a community activist since I've been 15 years old, and my grandmother was one, and I was, raised by one, thereby being raised by her.
So young, starting in the community, your name is a little scary. Killer Mike. Where do you get this name from?
I didn't name myself. I would have named myself Handsome Mike or Striking.
Okay.
That name, it makes so much sense now because the information that you putting out is killer, man.
So this week there was an announcement made about Camellia. Is it Camellia?
Kamala. Senator Kamala Harris in California. She just announced her bid for presidency for 2020.
What do you think about that?
I think anyone who wants to be United States president should definitely take a run at it. I encourage progressives to run, but I want to say to people who are going to get excited about this presidential race, I want you to be as excited about your local races. I want you to be as knowledgeable about your county prosecutor, who are the judges, and what policy is being passed, because no matter who wins a national election, your local elections are going to affect you first and worst, depending on the policy that's passed.
On the local level out there, who are you looking at? Who most interests you out there?
On a local level, I supported initially for mayor a man named Vincent Fort, who was a Bernie Sanders Democrat. When he couldn't win the mayoral race, I put my sponsorship behind Keisha Lance Bottoms. She became mayor, and what we're doing now from the activist side is just pushing the line, making sure that stuff like tax free is happening for old people who have homes, and gentrification is happening. From a business perspective, T.I. and I have bought properties right along Bankhead Highway that we're developing, one of which is a 50-year restaurant called Bankhead Seafood that's known, historically in our neighborhood. So, on all fronts, I'm just trying to do my best. And locally, I'm only voting for and only supporting progressive people.
Man, let me tell you something. You are a busy man. What is up next for you, and is there going to be another season of Trigger Warning?
Yeah, I think there's going to be another season of Trigger Warning. What do they say? Claim it, manifest it, own it. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
right.
So I definitely think there's going to be. And what's next for me is my wife and I own, as you guys heard, a series of barbershops called Shave, Wash, and Groom Shops and Swag Shop. Traditional London-style barbershops, meaning they're red. They have a red barber's pole, beautiful red chairs. You come in and get a full service there, meaning traditional shave, wash, and groom with modern amenities, cool stuff. You buy cool merch. We're trying to make 150 of those. We want 3 in every city, every major city in the United States. We want more in arenas, and I want to just grow as a businessman and as an artist and as a husband and a father.
Wow.
He's more than just an American rapper. He's an actor. He's an activist. He's a producer. The list goes on and on. Listen, everybody watch Trigger Warning now on Netflix, y'all. It is Killer Mike.
And give our love to your wife and your children, as I know that she's there, she's supporting, and she's doing the work with you.
Thank you, guys. Love and respect to you and your